Time for a quick Mark's Comic Haul, y'all. I'm just going to do a quick little video here to catch up on a few things. Going to go over some books I picked up at NTX Comic Show, and then some of the bargain books I picked up there as well. And then I've got a couple of back issues that I picked up when I was hunting over the weekend, and I'll cap it off with a few books I picked up at Half Price Books. So let's get right into it. Dan Fraga, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dan Fraga. He was at North Texas Comic Show. Dan and I go way back. Dan was working for Rob Liefeld at Extreme Studios back when they started up at Image Comics, and he had these really cool, I had not seen this before. This is an Extreme Studios 25th anniversary book. I think these came out at San Diego Comic-Con, and I think Dan said they're like really limited. I think they only made like either 1,000 of them or 2,500 of them, or maybe it's 250. Maybe it was 250. It was really limited, whatever he said they were. And so I just had to have it. So, and there's Dan's signature on it, and it's got profiles with all the different creators that worked at Extreme. I only got one book signed by Larry Hama, and that was G.I. Joe Cobra World Order. I just love this cover, so had Larry Hama sign it right there. Pretty cool book. And I'm not going to take it out because it would be a real pain in the butt to take it out, but I got my Infinity Gauntlet hardcover signed by Jim Starlin. So, since he did create Thanos and co-created the Infinity Gauntlet. These were dollar books, which I thought were definitely worth a pickup. This is X-Men The Silver Age, Wildcats X-Men The Silver Age. This is Jim Lee interior. If you've never seen this book, it's a really cool book. Just one of those 90s Image books that didn't get the credit it deserved. There used to be a company called American Entertainment that would do variants for different books. This is Witchblade number 18, the variant cover. And as you can see, it says American Entertainment Edition. This is back when they were printing, 50 to 100,000 copies of a book like this. But the variant that American Entertainment would do, they would do like a couple thousand of them. So these are actually not that easy to find, and it's the only way you can get that cover by Michael Turner. I always like that cover, so I think I have one, but I wanted to get another one. This was in a dollar box, New Talent Showcase number 1. This is a $7.99 book for $1. This is a very rare book. I was actually shocked when I saw it in a dollar box. This is Grips number 3. If you guys are familiar with Tim Vigil, who did Faust and some other stuff, this is signed by Tim Vigil. And these books, back when I first started collecting comics in the 90s, I was a big fan of Tim Vigil's work. And I went back looking for these. These used to sell for like 50, 60 bucks a piece because you just could not find them. They're very hard to find. Very low print run. My favorite Spawn cover because it's an homage to Spider-Man number 1, Spawn number 8. And of course Deathmate Black, First Gen 13. I think I've got like a dozen of these now. But still worth picking up. And another book I always see, but I always pick it up when I see it. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 317, first appearance of Blink. This is a cool book that you don't see very often. If you guys are fans of Stephen Platt, this is the very first printed Stephen Platt artwork. As you can see, that is his signature right there. So that's Stephen Platt. If you're a completist, that would be his first work. I had never seen this before. This is a Razor, it says number 1 leather edition, and what's interesting, so you got this like leather, faux leather cover with gold, embossing and whatnot. And it actually says, if you read along here, $15. So whoever bought this originally paid $15 for it, and I got it for $1. I don't even know if it's worth anything, but you never know with stuff like that. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. Bloodshot number 5 and number 7. This is the first appearance of Eternal Warrior and the first appearance of Eternal Warrior in costume. Just cool Valiant books to have. I showcased this on my last video. This is Darth Vader Annual number 1, first appearance of Princess Trios. I picked up an additional copy. I'm telling you guys, pick those up. They're going for like cover price right now, but I think they're going to go up. And then these were just random back issue pickups when I was kind of driving around doing some hunting. So this is Black Panther number 169, just a really cool Brian Stelfreeze cover. You got everybody in here, so I just really like that cover. This book is picking up some heat. This is Batman number 38. This is already in second print. The second print is like a black and white version of this cover. So if you haven't got this, you might want to pick it up. I've been looking for this book for a while. This is Wolverine number 80. If you guys don't know the story on this book, there's a vial of Wolverine's DNA that appears that's labeled number 23, and this came out something like 8 or 10 years before X-23 was introduced. So a lot of people say this is the first appearance of X-23. And anyway, picked that up for $3. It's kind of a hard book to find. Been looking for this for a while. This is Groot number 4, first appearance of Baby Groot on the last page. Although, even though that book seems to be the one everybody wants, Groot number 5 technically would be the first full appearance, but, you know, people go for different things. Marvel .1 number 1, first appearance of the new Nova. And this is Marvel .1 number 1, different version, different variant. So 2 different versions of that book. I incorrectly said that on my last video that Amazing Spider-Man 793 was the first full appearance of Maniac. I apologize, it was not. Amazing Spider-Man 792, which this is the variant for, this is the first appearance of Maniac, first full appearance of Maniac. So I apologize for incorrectly mentioning that. I'll try not to let it happen again. I know some of you have been picking up Infinity number 1 because it's the first appearance of the Black Order. And it's a good book to have, but I'm telling you, if you really want to be on top of the game, this is the book that you need to be searching for. This is New Avengers number 8, which is an Infinity tie-in, and this is the first true appearance of the Black Order, Thanos' new band of goons that are going to be helping him out in the new Avengers movie. They appear on the last 3 to 4 pages of that book, so look for that because you're going to want it. Last but not least, I was in Half Price Books today. I took my mom out for dinner and we stopped at Half Price Books afterwards. So I didn't have a lot of time to look around. I was kind of like furiously going through the comic boxes, but I did find a few cool things. I got Aquaman number 1, perfect shape. Detective Comics number 2. Detective Comics number 3. Detective Comics number 4. And Detective Comics number 5. These are all in great shape. I guess somebody probably already grabbed the Detective Comics number 1. If I had had a little more time to look around, I would have spent more time going through the long boxes, but I did what I could in the time that I had allowed. So anyway, that's it. Quick call. So hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Shout outs to all the usuals. I love all you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Kingdom Comics, Spidey Fan, Dr. Von Chilla, The Doom, Timothy, the Canadian Comic Hunter, Comic Crypt to Castle Hills, Bad Avenger, Drashir's Comics and Things, Daydreams and Nightmares, All About Comics. Oh my God, who am I leaving out? Aim High Comics, The Chinist, 64-page special, Fred Hall Direct Edition. Listen, it's a long list. I love all you guys. Hope you're doing well. Have a great week, and I'll see you again sooner than later. Take care, everybody.